This is the KRMG Afternoon News with Skylar Cooper.
Time for the BA Breakdown here on the KRMG Afternoon News. Every Tuesday, just after 5, we check in with the Broken Arrow City Manager, Michael Spurgeon. And we're doing that right now. Mr. Spurgeon, how are you this afternoon?
Skylar, I'm doing really good. Been looking forward to visiting with you this afternoon. How's your day been?
Been pretty good. In fact, I had a really good weekend. You know, with the temporary moving of Scotfest out in Broken Arrow from Events Park to Central Park, I basically had that music in my backyard all weekend. So I know some people were concerned about it moving. We even got an open mic. Some guy said, why'd they move it? Well, just to remind people, that was temporary for the construction out east, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But have you heard anything else? Was Scotfest a success even with the move?
Well, usually on a Monday after an event, I like to wait until I get all the reports from both the promoter of the event as well as from staff. I did check with the police department through Aaron McCulloch, and they had no related incidents or complaints regarding Scotfest. You know, so that's one of the first things I always like to get an update from the police department. So I'm looking forward to hearing from the promoter in terms of attendance, the events and so forth. I saw some really good posts on social media, you know, but like I said, I like to get all that information, you know, but once we're back, you know, I want to get back out to the events park as soon as we can, hopefully next year. And based on where we are with construction with the amphitheater, I just can't wait till they're going to be back out there. I think it's going to be even a bigger and better opportunities for Scotfest when they're back out the events park next year, hopefully.
And I do want to ask you about what you just brought up there, and that is the construction of the amphitheater at Events Park. And I just found out today that Notes Live, that company that is going to be building it and builds these around the country, they've changed their name. They're now called Venue, VENU. But I know we have an upcoming groundbreaking out there. So it sounds like this thing's getting really close to people going to see some changes at Events Park.
Oh my gosh, they're already underway. There has been a great deal of construction that's happening on both the private and the public side since probably June, earlier this summer. October 11th is going to be what I would call the official groundbreaking, and there's also going to be a street dance celebration. This is Venue's opportunity to officially kick off the project. Even though we've got a lot of work done, they just felt it was important to show their support for the community and to have this type of event. And so on October 11th, they're actually going to be all the city officials and folks are going to be invited to come out from 4 to 5 on site right there to actually just to commemorate the fact that we're well into construction. And then there's going to be a street dance celebration in the Rose District that Venue is going to sponsor. So they're here. Things are moving along on both sides, and you know we couldn't be happier and can't wait to actually have this official event just in a little less than a month.
Now, I'm curious. I know construction is just getting started and all of that. It's going to be some time before we see the first concert at that event, at that venue, but have they thrown around any names for you? Do you know, like, if there's a particular act they're looking for to maybe open that thing up, or will it depend on who's on tour at that time?
Well, from what I understand is they like to book their acts between 9 months and a year out. And tentatively right now, I understand they're hoping that their portion of the construction will be completed in time for them to host an event in October of next year. And so probably by the end of the year, early next year, Skylar, I should be able to give you an idea because they've got to get those people locked into a schedule. And so within a few months, I should be able to give you, and I'm sure like they did out in Colorado Springs, they'll have a top name artist that will open up their venue. And maybe it could even be the same one that opened Colorado Springs, not making any commitments. That was One Republic. But I can tell you is that it was an overwhelming success, and they'll have some great artists. And I'm sure they'll have somebody really, really cool that everyone's contemporary and is aware of when it comes to opening up Broken Arrow.
Well, that would be awesome if it was One Republic with Ryan Tedder being from Tulsa and everything. So love that idea. We're talking with Broken Arrow City Manager Michael Spurgeon. It's the BA Breakdown. While we're talking about things being constructed, let's talk more about the Innovation District that you and I have discussed over the last year or so. And first of all, I know that it has a name now. It's going to be called Arrow Forge, and there's going to be a discussion at the City Council tonight about approving some initial construction. I think that's for infrastructure type things for it. But can you remind us first what the Innovation District, what Arrow Forge is? What's that going to look like in the end?
Well, we're super excited. The fact that, we're at the point where the contract has been awarded for the sanitary sewer work, and that's already under construction. Really, there's two parts for tonight. The first one is that the council is expected to award a $4.6 million construction contract to Cherokee Pride Construction. And you and I've talked about Cherokee Pride. They bid on a lot of city projects, and they do a great job for us. It's going to be for the other initial infrastructure improvements at Arrow Forge, which is in the southwest part of our city. It's if you know where Olive or 91st is, and Florence. Right in that area, 111th, right at that intersection just to the east is where that 90 acres is located. The contract with Cherokee Pride is going to be for the roadway, the sidewalks, the traditional public infrastructure that goes along with site development. That's the first part, which is very important because we want to get the area into what I would call shovel ready. And this will definitely help us do that. And the second part is the vision. And so the council is going to be seeing two layouts tonight of what the land could look for. There's probably 50 to 60 acres that are developable of the 90. And so tonight they'll get a vision. The focus in terms of industry that we're going after is advanced manufacturing and the aerospace. That's our success within Broken Arrow. So we're actually going to be looking to market the property to those types of industries, see if there's synergies that could bring other industries in order to try to create hopefully 1,000 new primary jobs within the next 10 years.
Okay, so is there anything in town that you can compare? It's called the Innovation District, so probably not. But is there, for people to get an idea, is this another Rose District? Is this something for people to go do, or is this just for business to come into town?
I think it eventually, and our goal would be for it to be some combination where you have some quality of life, retail, commercial component, as well as the primary job, the businesses. And so you're going to see, because not only is the 90 acres out there, we don't own what's on the corner, which actually could be more of the retail commercial. And the purpose of getting the road started is eventually we want the road, which is Norfolk, to tie all the way into Aspen, the shops right there where the racers is at, because that's where your commercial development. But hopefully we'll be able to market this, and we'll have somewhat of a mixed use. You could see some housing, you could see some multi-family type housing, but we really want to focus on those primary jobs. Those primary jobs, you need businesses to entice those folks to go there for shopping, for lunch, for dinner, breakfast, and so forth. And so this is really our vision, is to make it a place that where we're just bringing more primary jobs, and then, of course, the associated businesses that go with that.
We'll see what the city council does tonight, and we'll talk more about it as the project moves forward. That's the Broken Arrow City Manager, Michael Spurgeon. And we're out of time for the day, but Michael, we'll talk again next week.
Okay, have a good week, Skylar. Talk to you next Tuesday.
I am no